Hey guys, I know it's been a long time no see and you probably thought that I gave up on this channel, but joke's on you. I'm making this video just to say that I'm alive, and first of all, I want to apologize for the hiatus and inconsistency that has been this channel. To be honest, the main reason why I haven't been uploading as consistent is mostly because around middle to the end of 2016 I fell into this major reading slump, and I also didn't really read a lot in the beginning of 2017, so I didn't really feel like I had content. Speaking about the subject of this channel, I also wanted to make this video just to say I'm not sure how often I'll be uploading videos, but I hope to at least continue. If I don't, oh well. I was also considering branching out with my subject area for this channel, maybe not so much doing like everything completely booktube related, maybe do like some story times, I don't know, maybe just branch out in general on what I'm doing in this channel. Obviously I'll still do some book videos, but I think I kind of want to branch out, and that's kind of the reason why I stopped uploading, is because I was getting bored of just talking about books all the time. The main purpose of this video is I'm going to be doing my third book Unhaul, and there's quite a few here and they're almost exclusively YA, so I have a couple series that I'm getting rid of. The first series is the Under the Never Sky series by Veronica Rossi. This was a YA dystopian series that I first saw on Ginger Reads Lainey's channel. Anyways, when I read this, I really liked the first book, but the second book was like subpar. And then the third book was good, but like it wasn't like as good as the first book. And now like I don't really remember a lot of the stuff that happened, and I just don't have any attachment to the series, so goodbye. I'm also getting rid of the Delirium series by Lauren Oliver. When I read these, I actually really liked this series. Like I remember really liking the first two books, but I just don't have any attachment to this series anymore, and I'm not getting rid of it because I didn't enjoy it. It's just I don't feel any attachment or want to keep them anymore. I'm also getting rid of the Mara Dyer series by Michelle Hodkin. I really liked the first two books of this series. They were really good. But I really hated how the series concluded with the third book, and that just kind of ruined my whole perspective of the series, so like now I just don't even want to keep it anymore. This next series, I only have the first two books in the series technically, but I'm getting rid of both of them anyway, and it's the Mortality Doctrine series, I think it's called. Anyway, the books are The Eye of Minds and The Rule of Thoughts, because I read The Eye of Minds a long time ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, and I thought it was kind of boring, but I liked the idea, and I bought the second book because at that time I like finished every series that I read. But I never read this, and the only reason I kept it was because of the cover. But now I'm just getting rid of both of them. I'm throwing in the towel. Bye. The final series that I'm getting rid of, I also only have the first 3 books of this series, not the whole series, and I don't even think this series is finished yet. And it was pretty popular on BookTube, and it's the Fallen Kingdom series by Morgan Rhodes. I have the first 3 books, Fallen Kingdoms, Rebel Spring, and Gathering Darkness, and I've read them all. I really liked the first book. And then I read the second book and I was like I didn't really like it that much. It was like a 3-star book. And then I read the third book and like it was slightly better, but still not like amazing by any means to me. So I'm just like, okay, well if this is gonna be like a 6-book series, why am I still reading these if I'm rating them like 3 stars? Like, why should I even bother continuing the series? So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna get rid of these. And I'm actually giving this to one of my family members. Next book I'm getting rid of is Proxy by Alex London. Not because I didn't like it, but because there's like I don't know what's happening with this series. Like, there's a second book, but I don't know if it's just a duology. I don't think it is though. Like, what's happening with the series? to be honest, like I just didn't want to continue and like find out, try to figure out what's happening with the series. The next book I'm getting rid of is The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. I don't even think I showed this on my channel when I bought it, but I ended up buying this for class and it was okay. Honestly, it was like one of the books that I bought for class that I was the most excited about, but I was like really let down, to be honest, especially with the hype surrounding the Hulu show. Next book I'm getting rid of is Mind Games by Kirsten White, because as you all know, I hated this book so much. Oh my god, it's a literal piece of trash and I don't even know why I bought this in the first place. The next book that I'm getting rid of is Angel Fall by Susan E. Again, not because I didn't like it, but because I just don't have any attachment to this series. After I read this first book, I never picked up the second or third books in the series. I never really wanted to. The next book I'm getting rid of is The New Wild by Fred Pierce. And I actually never read this, but this was another book that I had to buy for class. And I bought it off of Amazon, like used for like $5. So whatever. But I'm getting rid of it because I'm never gonna read this. The next book I'm getting rid of is Death Note Volume 1, Boredom by Sugumi Oba and Takeshi Obata. This is the first volume in the Death Note manga series. The reason why I'm getting rid of this is because I read this first novel and it was okay. It was like a solid 3-star rating for me. And I ended up reading up to volume 7, I think. But I got those all from the library. And then I realized after about like 7 volumes, all of them being rated around like 3 stars, I realized too late, like, why am I still bothering? Like, what's the point of reading this long manga series if I'm just gonna keep rating them 3 stars and I don't really like them that much? The next book I'm getting rid of is An Abundance of Catherines by John Green, because I didn't really like this. The plot of this was very like what plot was there? I don't know what happened. It was... Next book I'm getting rid of is Inland by Kat Rosenfield, and the reason why I'm getting rid of this is because, okay, when I first read this, or when I was reading this, I actually really liked it. It was cool cover, it had an interesting premise until the end, and that completely ruined it for me. And obviously I'm not going to spoil what happened, but the ending just completely ruined the whole book for me. Like, it just made it like, okay, but then what was the point of me reading this whole book? And the final book that I'm getting rid of is The Remedy by Suzanne Young. This is the first prequel novel to the Program duology, which I really liked. And it had an interesting premise about what happened before the events of the Program duology. But I read it and it was honestly underwhelming. It was like a 3-star book for me. Another main reason why I'm getting rid of this is because originally I think there was only supposed to be one of these prequel novels, but then it was turned into like a prequel trilogy. I'm just like, plus this was like $20 and I'm kind of upset because I would have never even bought this if I knew that I wouldn't have liked it. And also this cover is terrible. Like, do you see this? Those are all the books that I'm getting rid of for this third unhaul. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Sorry for being gone so long. Hopefully I'll be able to maintain an upload schedule, or just upload every few months or every month, whatever. Anyways, so I'm gonna end this. Okay, bye.